Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things you need to know about copyrights before applying. Before we get to that, I just wanted to do some brief housekeeping. I am very excited to say that my transition to the new domain name, thinklegalpc.com, is pretty close to complete. Not quite there yet, but we're almost there. Anyway, you can still visit me on the web. My email, all of that, everything is going to be the same. So no matter where you do social media, you will be able to find me on Think Legal PC. And so the reason why I bring that up was because the crazy thing was I was trying to get Think Legal, which is what I really wanted. But if anybody's ever bought a domain name, which hopefully if you're a business owner, you have, the crazy thing was the person that owns Think Legal, like just the regular Think Legal without the PC at the end of it, wanted $75,000. And I said no to that craziness. $75,000 was just insane. So drop a comment below, something crazy that you've found in your business that you just blew you away. Because to me, I was like, I can't imagine spending $75,000 on a name like that. Now, I mean, if I was huge, perhaps. I mean, if I had money to burn and didn't care and was like, yeah, I want that domain, but I found a way around it with the Think Legal PC because that's actually my name anyway, so it works out well. And maybe someday I would get that. Maybe they'll come to their senses and realize that sitting on a domain to wait for $75,000 isn't the smartest thing in the world when nobody's going to pay for that. But I digress. Anyway, so that's kind of exciting. Also working on some other exciting things. As I think I mentioned in previous videos, we are moving offices. Yes, my home for almost 2 years, not quite 2 years. We are going to be, I think it was 2 years. It's been a year and a half, maybe. Okay. Anyway, yes, we are moving offices to a new suite in the same complex, business complex. So I'm not going too far. In fact, I'll be able to pretty much walk everything over to my new office. No moving required, no moving van, thankfully. I'll need a few boxes, not bad. But the nice thing is that you'll still get to see me. I will have to take a few days off to get my office set up. It's, moving is never fun, but this is exciting for me. It's exciting for the business, and it's gonna be a bigger office, so it's gonna be nice to have a little more space, not quite so cramped. This is a rather small office, so I'm excited for that. Some other exciting things are going to be happening. Just letting you know, and hopefully that you can join me. So it'll be August 2nd and 3rd, which would normally be when I'm posting. I won't be posting during that time, so I won't have any videos up for that time. But my goal is to post between now and then, obviously, and then thereafter. So I'll get it all situated so when I'm moving, you won't miss too many contacts. Feel free to watch other videos on my channel, whether it be about copyrights, trademarks, whatever you'd like. If you have any ideas for videos, if something that you've been burning desire for questions to be answered, please, by all means, leave them in the comments. I would love to answer your questions, and if it's a good enough question, I may even do a video and give you a shout out for asking that question. So please, there's lots of videos I can do, but please recognize that, I want to give you the most value. So please let me know what you want, and I'm happy to help you and give you that additional help. If you're just joining me, if you're new here, my name is Taylor Darcy from Think Legal, where I help you create the business of your dreams. So welcome. I'm happy to have you here. As I've said earlier, we go live Monday through Friday, except for holidays, sick time, and in August when I'm moving to help you with your legal needs. So please join me for live chat and hang out, listen to some music. If you're bored and just want to chat, I'm here to talk about things. Well, that was fun. I accidentally pushed the button that I shouldn't have. I was waiting to push, but we were getting close. Oh, goodness. Technical issues are always a thing when you go live. So if you're ever planning on going live, just recognize that things don't always go the way that you expect them to, and you just got to kind of flow and roll with the punches, because otherwise it's crazy. So, like I said, we were about to hit the button, but oops, didn't mean to do that. So again, happy to have you here. Leave comments below. Happy to have you. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe and or like. Hit that bell icon to be notified when we're live on YouTube, because I'm live Facebook, Twitter, not Twitter, sorry, YouTube. 3 places on Facebook, 1 YouTube channel. So I'm trying to develop the YouTube channel in order to deliver more content to you and give you more things. So let's get started. Number 1, copyright protections start from the moment the tangible thing is created. Now, we'll talk about tangible things in just a minute, but I wanted you to know that copyright protection is actually automatic. There is nothing you have to do for the copyright to take effect. However, and this is the however, we'll talk about this, is the next point. In order to get damages in litigation, now there's a difference between actual damages and statutory damages. And the actual damages is if you sell something for $5, then that's the only amount you could sue for in litigation. But in order to get statutory damages, which is far exceeds that, depending on the damages, it could be several $100s, and it's per instance of infringement. Then if you have a picture, and I'm just using this that's on your website that's not supposed to be on your website, each instance of that is considered an infringement, and if it's registered, it could be $750 per registration. So if you use one image 5 times, you're looking at some serious money. But that can only happen if you're registered, if the copyright's registered. If you don't register the copyright for that image, or if somebody doesn't, then all they can get is, okay, what did it cost you to produce that image? Whatever that is, actual damages. So another thing that you need to know is there's no such thing as a poor man's copyright, where you take the thing, put a picture in the mail, and then mail it back to yourself. No such thing. Doesn't exist. There's nothing in copyright law that permits that. So it's not worth it. The only thing that it does is establish a timeline that you were the first to create that object, which, if I'm looking at a court case, great, but your copyright is automatic to begin with, so there's no real need for you to do the poor man's copyright. The registration isn't that expensive. I mean, it's anywhere, it starts at like $25, $35, and goes up from there depending on what you're copywriting. So it's not crazy expensive for you to copyright something. So really, poor man's copyright isn't really the best idea in the world for those obvious reasons, and it's really not giving you anything. So if someone tells you, oh, just put it in an envelope and mail it to yourself, it's pointless. I mean, it's 25, 30 cents, 50 cents, whatever it is, 55 cents these days. I don't even know. I don't mail much. I pretty much do everything electronically if I can. If I can't, then I mail stuff occasionally, but it's very, very rare. So anyway, so there's no such thing as a poor man's copyright. The next thing is, and this was something that a lot of people don't know, that the U.S. Copyright Office and U.S. government in general has agreements with other countries to honor their copyrights, and so we honor their copyrights and they honor ours. Now, full disclosure, this isn't every country in the entire world. It's a lot of countries, typically ones we have friendly relationships with. So if there's something that you've created and that it's copyrightable, don't feel like you have to get copyrighted in every country or every place. Number 2, don't let the fact that somebody could potentially steal it deflect you from not getting a copyright, because protecting your intellectual properties is an important part of doing business. It should be a standard cost of business. You shouldn't think, oh, I'll just get to it someday, because in other words, it can hurt you a lot if you don't, because again, actual versus statutory damages is real. So the other thing that you need to know is tangible things are art, music, sculptures, architecture, written words that are beyond a trademark. And trademarks are meant for logos, names, brands, things of that nature, not copyrights. Copyrights are not meant for that purpose. So that's something you need to be aware of, is that it's for tangible things. Patents, you can patent an idea in tangible form. So in other words, if, like, for instance, Apple will send schematics for the product to the U.S. Patent Office as they can own the patent for that thing. And we're not going to talk about patents, but just keep that in mind. Trademarks are for through the USPTO, which is also a patent office. So very different perspectives on, what's copyright, what's trademark, what's patent. They all fill different needs. So don't feel like you have to do one. Now, can you copyright certain things and trademark it? Kind of, some instances, not typically. Like they are exclusive to each other for a reason. It's to make sure that you're not overlapping too much. And they have different values to them. For instance, a patent is good for 7 years. Copyright is good for 70 years plus the life of the author. A trademark is good, I believe, for 10 years, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. And then you have to renew it every 10 years. Okay, so copyright lasts longer. Some novel uses for copyrights are that you could copyright the source code for software. That's an idea. And it gives you the freedom to then sell that source code and get damages based upon that source code, which is a really interesting idea if you consider it, because it's not the common, ooh, this is artistic. Like technically, this video that I'm doing is my copyrighted product, as I'm saying these words and I'm doing these things, these videos on YouTube and on Facebook. Am I going to register them with the U.S. Copyright Office? Probably not. I mean, just from a sheer volume that I'm doing of these, I don't know that it would hold as much value, and I don't know that, honestly, anybody's going to steal it from me. But, I mean, to each their own. So those are the 5 things you want to know before you start getting things copyrighted and before you're ready to go. But keep in mind, it's always better to start doing a copyright or any type of intellectual property yesterday, if not yesterday, today. But because in the end, you'll be a lot happier and you're going to build more value into your business once you get there. So if, like I said earlier, if you have any questions or would like to follow my videos, please make sure to go on YouTube and hit subscribe and like this video. And we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.